Can you truly escape the things that haunted you as a child? Our story follows Elias, a successful architect in his late 30s. He lived a comfortable life, free from the anxieties of his troubled youth. Yet, recently, strange things had begun to happen. Objects in his sleek, modern apartment would move when he was not looking. A child's faint giggle would sometimes drift from his empty hallway. Tiny, porcelain figures, mirroring his own family, would rearrange themselves daily, always forming the scene of Lily's disappearance. A tiny plastic rain slicker would appear on the miniature Lily doll, just as his sister had worn on that fateful day. The miniature Lily doll was no longer inside. Instead, a small, faded photograph lay where she had been. It was a picture of Elias himself, as a young boy, holding Lily's hand. But his own face in the photograph was distorted, stretched into a grotesque, mocking grin. "I am the space Lily left behind, and now I am you." When he opened them, he was no longer in his modern apartment. "Took you long enough to come back and play, Elias." He was in his childhood bedroom. The walls were peeling. The air was thick with dust. And across the room, sitting perfectly still on the floor, was a small, pale girl. She wore a yellow rain slicker. It was Lily. He dismissed it as stress, a trick of the mind, but then the manifestations started. Elias had an older sister, Lily, who vanished when they were children. The police had no leads. It was Lily's voice, yet warped, ancient, and filled with a playful malice. "You always wanted to play, little brother. Always wanted to find me." His parents never recovered. Elias carried the unspoken guilt, the persistent nightmare of her last day. Now, in the corner of his living room, a dusty, old dollhouse from his childhood, long forgotten, reappeared. He knew he had put it in storage years ago. He tried to ignore it, but the dollhouse began to change. Elias's sleep became restless. He dreamt of a voice, a sing-song whisper, calling his name from the echoing depths of an unseen playroom. The voice promised to show him where Lily went. It promised to make him understand. One night he awoke to find the dollhouse glowing with a soft, ethereal light. A cold, familiar voice, the one from his dreams, echoed clearly through his apartment. Elias stumbled back, fear gripping him. "Who are you?" he croaked. The voice giggled, a sound that twisted Elias's stomach. "I am everything you feared, everything you lost." Elias felt a sharp, cold pressure behind his eyes, a sudden, blinding headache. He squeezed his eyes shut, trying to fight it. She looked up at him, her eyes wide and unblinking. And then, his own voice, not his internal thought, but a clear, separate voice, detached and calm, spoke from behind Lily. "Now, we can finally finish our game."